The chest harness will give you, you can wear this as a harness around your chest, but it gives you a special perspective to shoot when you're doing extreme sports. For example, if you're doing parachuting, and to have this on, that would give you a really nice hands-free kind of perspective of what you're doing. So what it is there is the piece that you would connect it down. You would just slide this into there. That snaps in there. It would go either up or down. You take your camera, and get it into the position that you want. So for example, I'm going to have it securely upward and screw it in. There we go. So now when this is worn around across the chest, I have a really good perspective here, hands free. It's very nice. This does have a buckle to put it on, so that this would go up and around and be able to buckle. It's adjustable. There's actually several adjustments on here to being able to get the perfect fit so that it's snug against your body. And it would fit a large size man or a small size woman, probably a child. I haven't tried it on a child yet, but it would be great to being able to do that too. That's all there is to it. It's really nice. It looks comfortable. It has this that's on the back to keeping that comfortable across your back too. So that's the chest mount. This is also designed to fit many different attachments. So each of these would go in depending on the angle that you want. And there's several of them in this set. So depending on what you want, all you're doing is squeezing that and pushing it in place. So now this one is for a head strap. So you'd put that over the top of your head. It gives you a perspective, a normal perspective shooting, so that the shots are coming from your forehead area. So what we're going to do to put this on is we're just going to slide this in, get it into the position that we want, making sure that our holes are lined up over here. It's a snug fit. And then we just screw that in. Not quite all the way, because we want to get it positioned how we want it, because to put this on is actually a little bit easier to do straight up, or so it seems. So let's get this tightened down, and then we're going to have this, so we want to move it to flatten it so that it's against your head this way, and then tighten it into place so it stays tight there. And then when this is on the head, this will go straight. You have a lot of adjustments on here. You have from the front to the back of the head and around the circumference of the head. On the inside, it has this sticky sort of material so that it wouldn't slide on a helmet, for example. Nice accessory. Great for walking or hiking, that kind of thing. If you want to extend the reach on your helmet, there's this little accessory. So what you do is you take this piece and you combine it. You slip this piece in, get a nice connection there, and then you put this end on there, screw that into place. Whatever, I mean, you're able to move it until you completely tighten it down so you get it where you want it at. And then what you'll do is you'll attach your camera on here. Slipping that in, making sure that the holes are aligned. You screw that in. Then you get that tight on there, and then you'll use one of these pads that are double-sided 3M, and you stick that on the bottom, and you stick that onto your helmet, and then you can get an additional reach on your helmet or a different angle. There are square ones and more rounded edged ones, so depending on the shape of your helmet. And then you just make sure that that's on there tight, and you're good to go. So we have a flotation device, and what we'll do is put our action camera in, screw that into place, making sure our hole is aligned, getting it into the position that we want. We can screw it down tight. And now we can hold our camera like this to take shots in the water or wherever. It gives us a good handle. Or inside of the water, we're able to have it upside down. The camera can be under the water. The buoy part of this will stay above the water. So you can see it, so you won't lose it. It's a nice bright yellow color, so it'll be easy to recognize. There is also a strap in here, a wrist strap that you can attach onto whatever to be able to keep it. So let's say we want to do this, so we're going to wrap it around there. Putting it through. And then we can take the wrist part of it and attach it just for additional security, so that we know, just in case, we know that we have it close by here. And so now we can do this and be able to get our pictures and still have it here in case there's a lot of wind or something like that. Nice flotation. Like I said, the buoy works really well. Floating above the water, so it would bounce and be able to be taking your pictures. And this is an all-purpose accessory, so you could clip it on. This is a really strong clip. Takes quite a bit for me to squeeze it. The top will rotate 360 degrees to be able to get the position that you want. So this could be clipped onto, let's say, backpack straps or life preservers or any of that kind of thing. So what you're going to do is put your camera in the slot. Now we're going to want it facing out like this. Get it tightened in there. I'm going to keep it, tighten it down because I don't want it to move. And then I can move this into whatever position I want. This is where it's going to close in. This is the clip part. So let's say that I want it here. And then there's a screw on the top here. So I'll screw that down where I want it to be, to stay positioned, and tighten that right down. And so now that's going to stay where I want it to. And then I can attach this clip onto whatever I want to be able to get that shot. Now this is an action camera accessory to use on your car. You can put that on your dashboard, on your windshield, inside or out. It has suction cup on the bottom, clamps down using this. You have a 180-degree turn this way to being able to get it into any position that you want. And you also have 180 degrees using this. Now you'd combine this with some of these other little accessories that are included in these kits. And you're just snapping it in here by squeezing it to snapping it in, and then putting your camera on here. So depending on how you want this, or what kind of a reach you want, then you can position that, tighten this down and tighten that down, and attach it onto your windshield or dash or whatever you're going to be using it for. This would be cool to be able to use on the outside of a vehicle window, to being able to get some really cool action shots. So here's the wrist strap. It's really nice. Has 360-degree rotation. So to put your GoPro or other action camera on here. You can lock it by using this push button here. So right now, let's say that we get our camera where we want it at. We push that down, and now it stays in place. To release it, we're just pushing up on the bottom on the opposite side, and now that releases it again. The band itself is a nice material, soft against the skin. It does have additional Velcro, so this would go around your wrist, and then there's going to be this additional strap to tighten it even further. This is the buckle that the Velcro will go through. So we're going to insert the camera into the slot like that. And then take our screw and put that through to tighten it on. Now we decide this will lay so that you can have the camera laying flat against your wrist until you're ready, and then you can pull it up to be able to get, and then tighten that down to get it onto the position that you want. So we'll lay flat against your hand, flat against your wrist, for convenience too. So when we get it where we want it, then I'm going to just push on my locking mechanism here and push that down. So now I know that that's going to stay. Then I'll put it onto my wrist. Like that. I'll take this other Velcro strap and put that through, and that would just then go through the buckle and then tighten it down. And now I have a position here. So if I were riding, let's say that I wanted to do this while I was on my bike, so I'm going to release that. I'm going to get it positioned where I want it at here. Click that button. Now it's straight. So now when I'm on my bike with the pedals, I can be, or with the handlebars, I can be holding on to that and shooting whatever the video or the photos that I want. It's a nice little piece. I like this. And there's a short little tripod in here if you want to get a stationary shot. It has the 1/4-inch screw on the top, so you can use this attachment and screw that into the top here. And then you're able to use this ball to be able to get into the direction that you want. This will turn into any the 360 degrees, but you can also pull it down so that it's getting a straight shot this way, for example, or you can have it going straight up. On the side, you can tighten it so that when you do get it in the position that you want, then it will tighten that down so it's not going to move. The legs are kind of nice. But another thing that you can do is take this off and attach the selfie stick that's also in this kit. So we attach that onto the screw, and then we can put this on the top of the selfie stick. And this too will move into whatever direction you want to aim your camera. And there's the there's the tightener here to making sure that when you get it where you want, then you're able to just tighten that down and it's not going to move. This will go from 8 inches. The selfie stick is 8 inches, or will extend out all the way up to 43 inches. So as you can see, it's just a pull out to being able to get it all the way out to the 43 inches. So this would be great going over going over ledges, or any place that you want to reach. It gives you quite a reach between. You don't have to have the selfie stick on the tripod either. That works well just for stabilizing it. But if you wanted to be able to reach this over the edge of a balcony, or someplace behind someplace that you wanted to be able to use your camera. And it's the same technique. All you're doing is taking the camera, you're putting it in here, and then screwing it in. So whether you're using it on the tripod or on the selfie stick or on the combination of the selfie stick and the tripod, it gets you a good position in here. And then you're able to get a great shot. Plus it keeps it stable, which is really nice. Sometimes there's a shake, particularly depending on which activities you're doing. There are many additional accessories with this set. There's a different size of the screws to be able to tighten the camera in. Different push-in attachments that would go in, like the chest holder, or any of those kind of things that you're able to put to slide these in. There's several of these, giving you different angles and additions to be able to decide on to get your perfect shot depending on the activity that you're participating in. Here's another one. Multiple pieces to make it easy to get exactly what you want. So several of these pieces act to be able to even extend other pieces. So for example, we have this that we would be able to stick in there, screw that in, stick this piece, which would be another extension, and be able to slide that in, screw that in, put your camera there, and now you have even more extension coming off of the piece. In this case, I have it attached onto what would go onto like a tripod, or the selfie stick, that kind of thing. And that would give us even additional length. They're all interchangeable. I mean, you can do just about any angle that you would want to be able to get on whatever the activity or action that you're participating in. There's a part that you would stick onto a vehicle, for example, and then attach this just in case something came loose. It would still stick together. There is bands to be able to extend things out, attaching this onto different styles of helmets or onto different things. It's a great kit. There's a canvas drawstring bag with straps to be able to wear it on your back, included with this, so that you can put all of whatever of the set that you want to be able to carry on your back. And it all fits into a nice little carrying case. So it has the side pocket. It's a netted pocket here in different spots to be able to fit in any of the attachments and stuff. This should be able to fit your camera. The only thing I don't like about this is there's nothing to keep these all in, so they don't fit as snugly as I would like, so they do tend to fall out. But otherwise, it's really nice. It's a zipper case. Comfortable, lightweight. Nice set. I like it a lot. Thanks for watching.